Hello and welcome to my fish room. I'm Aquatic Mom. This is the Aquatic Mom's fish room, and today's video is going to be about brine shrimp. I hatch about 3 of these a day for my betta fry, my endlers over there. I also have guppy fry outside in my tubs, and sometimes my licorice gourami eat those as well. I also have white worm cultures and springtail cultures, a lot of different live foods that I like to feed in the fish room. But the main thing that I am always feeding is baby brine shrimp. And over here is my work area where I like to make my baby brine shrimp. I have a light, I have airline control valves just for my little jars that I use. And I have my brine shrimp net as well as some foil on some cardboard to reflect light back into the hatcheries. Now I don't have a fancy hatchery or anything, I just use these leftover spaghetti jars, and that's how I hatch my fish. That's how I hatch my baby brine shrimp. So I've been looking online, and I've seen people take day-old baby brine shrimp and putting them in a glass container and then putting them in the fridge. Now, of course, the baby brine shrimp are going to die, so that means that the fry that I have will probably not eat them. And I'm going to try this method. I have some already in a garlic container just like this, and I'm going to feed it to my fry and see if that makes a difference. Now, I'm not going to feed it to the betta fry. They've already eaten. They're nice and fat. I want to try feeding it to the guppy fry outside in my ponds. Now, what makes brine shrimp irresistible to fry is the way they move. They don't swim very fast, and they don't do anything but really wiggle in place, and that's what enticed my betta fry to eat them. And they're really small, and you can hatch a bunch at a time, so that's why I use baby brine shrimp. I don't use vinegar eels. I tend to forget the cultures. I have plenty of banana worms and micro worms, but what I find is after day 4, after they've become free swimming, my fry do not want to eat micro worms or banana worms anymore, so that's why I always make brine shrimp. So these are some of the brine shrimp that I have collected. And what I do is I just go into the container where all the brine shrimp are and just siphon them into there. And then I do, let me grab my fish net, well, my brine shrimp net. What I do is I strain them out, put them in fresh water, and then I usually feed them at that point, but because we're going to save brine shrimp, I'm going to just take them out of here, put them in there, and put them directly in the fridge, because after today, these guys will be no good. And that is what I'm going to be feeding my ponds outside. And hopefully this will save me some money, as well as giving the guppies outside some more food to eat. Nice and nutritional. I do have flake food around here. It is good for the adult guppies that I have and some of the adult endlers, but I still give them frozen foods. But their favorite is always going to be the live baby brine shrimp or the frozen bloodworms. So unfortunately, I lost the audio to this video. it was raining really badly, and for some reason it was very muffled. So anyways, I went outside and I decided to feed my guppies the refrigerated baby brine shrimp, and to my surprise, well, not really to my surprise, the fry actually ate it all up. And of course my betta fans want to see my betta fry. And they're all nice and full. They had their meals for the day. They get about 2 helpings of baby brine shrimp, and then they get a little bit of bloodworms. Let's see if I can. I'm still learning how to work this camera, so you guys have to bear with me. There we go. See, everybody's got nice round bellies. Everybody's nice and full. Another lover of baby brine shrimp are my licorice gouramis. You can see one there. This is very rare that I get to actually film them. And they absolutely love baby brine shrimp. They are a very, very picky eater. And a lot of people are not successful with keeping them, just keeping them as pets, just because of that reason. You have to dedicate many live cultures for these guys, and I can tell you that it gets really expensive trying to keep live cultures. I have plenty of fry in here, but these guys are so much tinier. These are my kois. And then their siblings are down here. These guys are almost ready for new homes. I'm gonna go around to the other side. I can get better shots from there. Well, I lied. They're all up here for some reason, but here we go. Trying to focus. There we go. Oh, that's why they're there, because they're trying to eat that algae wafer. And I put those algae wafers in there because I'm noticing a lot of empty snail shells. And I think that's because they're not getting enough food. So, these guys just ate too. They're not starving, I promise. They're just being bettas. But I also have some endlers in here. I think I have an endler in every single tank that I have now. So these guys are getting pretty big. Another thing that I've been trying out is growing some Daphnia, but so far all I have are scuds. And this is my culture right here. Usually it sits on top of my rack up here where it gets the most sunlight. And let's see if we can capture some of those. Well, there's some Daphnia in there. And what I do is I just cover it. I throw my cuttings, my plant cuttings in here. You can see it up at the top, and that's what they eat. I don't really change the water in there. Sometimes I add a little bit if the water goes too low, and that's about it. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different. I'm trying to work with the 4K camera, and I gotta tell you, it is still very awkward to me, and I've been doing months of working on that camera, and it's still kind of for me, but I'm trying my hardest to become a better filmographer, especially with fish. It is really hard, especially when your subject is in a glass box. So anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you on the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.